Hold, please. It's your girl, LonnieB. Come on in and have some tea.
Ready for the LonnieB show. Get ready for the LonnieB show. Get ready for the LonnieB show.
Remember, smile. You owe it to yourself. No one does it better than you.
Hey, guess what? It's Optic Tea with LonnieB. Get ready for the LonnieB show. Get ready. Okay, so I can't sing it as good as the person who actually wrote it and sung it, and the person that was on the side of her who produced it and did the beats to it. None other than my guest tonight, Kalia and Sticks. Yes, right here tonight, up close and personal with me, as we will be getting close and up personal and to hear what's going on, what has been going on, and what they are doing currently. So you know the routine. Tag a friend, text a friend, tweet a friend, because tonight you are in for an awesome treat. You are tuning in to Optic Tea with LonnieB. So go ahead and hit that like button, hit that share button, go ahead. And you always know what to do. Go ahead and post those comments. Let me know where you're tuning in from. We'd love to hear from you. Yes, we would love to hear from you. So while we're waiting on everyone to come in, you know my routine, let's go ahead and talk about it. Today's quote for today is, "If there is no struggle, there is no progress," by the only infamous Dr. Frederick Douglass. And also, this month, we are celebrating Black men. This month, we celebrate Black men, and we also celebrate Black men's health. So, ladies, every one of us know a man who has either is in our life, been in our life, or is a close brother or sister, a close brother or cousin or father or whomever. So please be sure to tell them, "My Black King, I celebrate you this month." And also in the process, be sure to ask them, "Hey, my brother, have you gotten your monthly checkup? This is the month." We know that the number one cause of cancer in our Black men is prostate cancer. So let's go ahead and support and protect our brothers. So everyone, once again, thank you for tuning in to Optic Tea with LonnieB, where tonight we'll be getting up close and personal with Kalia and Sticks. So when we come back right after this commercial, we will be introducing to you and getting up close and personal with Sticks and Kalia. We'll be right back.
What's up? It's your girl Kalia, and I'm here with your girl
Brandy and Monica.
You know,
Elizabeth and Carmen.
it doesn't right. You know, we're doing the Untold. We're just out here kicking it, filming the cast members. You know, having a good time, and
Where y'all at?
Yeah.
we're in Atlanta.
Okay, that's what it is. All right, y'all. So it's 2 minutes.
The cops going wild while they searching for me. Deep in the night, trying to hide us. They trying to pinch me. Every that night, then I grab my brother. Turn around quicker, then I give it to Simon. Want nobody see me cause they trying to get me. They trying to pinch me. I feel better after I read your letter. Saying that you live two different lifestyles. One hand on the mic, other hand in the streets. Just praying that you wouldn't get caught this week. Open up the streets with a beat your feet. You may rob it more than a hobby. Now you got people shooting in your life.
Yes, we just gave you a teaser. So you'll have to stay if you want to see her perform live at the end of the show. Absolutely. That is none other than Miss Kalia. Also, we have Sticks. So everyone, please go ahead and join me in welcoming Sticks and Kalia. Hey, hey. How's it going?
What's up? How you doing?
I am good. Thank you all for taking time out of your both busy schedule to sit down and allow me to get up close and personal with you. So I only did Sticks and Kalia because I wanted everyone to actually hear from you, who you are. But I'm going to give them just a snippet for those who took the time to join in tonight to Optic Tea with LonnieB. Just want to give you a little bit about who you're going to be getting up close and personal with tonight. So Miss Kalia, Miss Kalia is an artist and an actress who at the age of 14 launched her first album, as well as she has been in the movie industry as well. And currently she is filming everyone, not a cast member, not an extra. She is actually being casted as Aaliyah in the movie Aaliyah. Yes. So I don't know, maybe I'm supposed to tell my age, but I loved me some Aaliyah, right? So if you look at it, just look at that little swag and you'll see how the resemblance and how she was strongly casted. Then we have none other Sticks. Sticks, y'all. Let me just tell you. He's a platinum music producer, an award-winning filmmaker. He started out as Sony Records. Look, I'm just going to give a high level. I want you all to give the tea, right? He started out as I'm not saying he started. He worked for Sony, where he's worked with artists and produced in the producing arena with artists such as John Legend, Mobb Deep, Wu-Tang. So, if you're in my age group, you probably know those. But even if you're in the younger generation, you still know because a lot of remixes have been done off of those songs. So I think I've done enough damage about telling who you are. I just put a little tip on the iceberg, but I want you all to go ahead and just bust that iceberg wide open. So y'all, the reason I have them tonight is because they are an uncle and a niece duo, keeping the family legacy continuing on. So I am going to turn it over to both of you for you all to share with the listening audience tonight who is Kalia and who is Sticks.
Okay. Hey everybody, I'm Kalia. I'm 18 years old. Like LonnieB said, I put out my first album when I was 14. My second album when I was like 15, going on 16. And then my third album around 17-ish. And then I just put out my last album at the top of the year called Pull Up. And a soundtrack to Stay Fly, to the movie we did last year as well. So that's five albums out right now.
You're working on it.
Yep, and I'm working on an album right now as well called Kalia. What else? I did my first TV show on Amazon Prime called American Family Dreamers. Then I went into the movies doing Stay Fly, Panic Man, a lot. I don't know. I don't remember all the names of the movies, but I did a couple of movies. I wrote theme song to the movie Pinch that's out on Tubi. I'm the face of that. That's a big record as well. Mm-hmm. What else? Oh, I'm a president of our company, Spotlight Entertainment.
Yeah. She's playing Taylor in a movie called Judge Not, that I'm actually directing right now. That's out in Atlanta right now. So she goes back and forth for that. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
And I'm playing Aaliyah and Kalia in the new movie, Aaliyah, The Untold Back and Forth Story. So that's the big thing right now that we're doing.
Right. And actually, I don't know if you all heard her. She's playing Kalia and Aaliyah in the
Really?
movie. So I've actually been privileged to see some of the snippets, and it's something you're not gonna want to miss. So be sure when it comes out, I'll let you all know. Be sure to check it out. And before we go to you, Sticks, I just want everyone to know she's 19. She's
18. He's only
18.
18.
Sorry, she's 18. She's getting ready to graduate from high school. Yay! She is working 2 jobs. So you all just heard her.
Yeah.
So you got another one on me. So outside of everything that she's doing, if there's anyone out there, such as myself, who wakes up daily and says, oh my God, I'm so tired. Oh my God, I can't do this. Just look in the mirror or go to Kalia's page on Facebook and just see, because she's in school. She's working 3 jobs, and all of her filmings are not local. They're not on set. She actually travels. They fly back and forth and come back. So she doesn't miss school. She doesn't miss her work. So that is a lot of obligation, a lot of accountability, and a lot of commitment. And from an older woman, Kalia, I want to tell you, I commend you, I celebrate you, and I congratulate you, because there are not many young women such as ourselves who are coming up who have that kind of dedication and commitment. So just know that there's a generation out there that appreciate the work ethic that you're still showing, that we as African American women can do, because we know that we have to work twice as hard for us to actually get that one break. 5 things, 1 break. So we know what that takes. So if every day that you get up, just know that you have a fan base that says, my sister, we celebrate you. So yes, so I appreciate you. I thank you. So Mr. Sticks, now here's a man with over 30 years in the industry. Go right ahead.
I mean, for me, I've always been taught, and I teach her the same thing. You can't, self promotion or self tooting of your own horn is actually a sin to God, because any and everything we do is only through the grace of God. So I've only done a few things that God has allowed me to do, and the main thing is for me giving the energy of some of those things I've had an opportunity to be a part of to her, and I thank God for her. For the last 6 years, she's been. If I had a reward to come out of this entertainment, the music film, it's her. She's my reward, because when I'm gone, that she can take this, and not only for herself, but for others, teach them, show them the way. Just like you said, I mean, when we say 3 jobs, I don't mean just 3 jobs in terms of producing, writing. No, she has 3 regular jobs.
Wow.
Regular jobs. Goes to high school full time. She's an actress. She's a singer. She's a writer. We have an artist. She's a producer. It's like I can just go on and on and on. And to see that in her, it just means a lot to me. I've spent 30 years nonstop doing what I'm doing, for music. I started playing music as a little boy. And from there, I never stopped doing it. I continued to do it, but I always knew I wanted to get into acting. So I just kind of learned a little bit about both of the 2 things. Got an opportunity, got a break to go to Sony. Thank you, Prodigy. May he rest in peace. He actually discovered me and got me signed to Sony for 5 years. And from there, I was able to meet a lot of people, study my craft, going to film school, started acting. And I knew coming in the music world, I was a producer. I knew going into the film world, I would do the same thing, be a producer. Because it's not that I like to be in charge, but I just like giving direction, especially when I have a clear understanding of the direction. Because I'm one of those people who's a producer and director, but I'm not one of those directors. No, you're gonna do it my way, because no, let's do it the best way. Because how's it sound? Let me see you do that. Okay, what would you do? Right? How would you do that? And that's the way I like to direct, and that's the way I like to produce, because it's not about me; it's about us.
Right.
There's no I in team, and everything I do is for the team.
Right.
We are the team.
Absolutely.
Kalia
And
Sticks.
Kalia and Sticks and Kalia. And And I can actually attest to that because when I actually was introduced to Sticks, and I was like, hey, this is what I want. And he was like, okay, so tell me, what do you feel? I mean, he walked me through because he wanted it to breathe, or he wanted his music and her words to be what of me. And y'all, they did not move until I gave them what they asked for. But I tell you, you only got a snippet of it. But when I tell you, and there'll be more coming out. But when I tell you that when it is me, it is me. And it was because of his due diligence, his patience, and what he expects for me to give him. So it can actually be something that I am proud of, because they can do the work and they're gifted in it and they're crafted in it. But if I don't give them what they need, then nothing will manifest. So I want to say, yes, everything that you have said about how your work ethic is, yes, that is true. It's so good to see someone who is humble as you are. And y'all, he was the same way when I was talking to him and Kalia about doing my song. And so you do not know who they are until you actually Google them. Well, guess what I didn't do, y'all? Y'all know me. If I like it, it's a good vibe. I'm like, okay, fine. So we went back and forth about, hey, what is it going to take? Blah, 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 blah. So y'all know me. So I'm like, okay, so I did my research, Google, didn't find out anything along the way. And I was like, okay, look, I don't know. And he was like, well, just tell me. And I was like, I don't know. He was like, just tell me and I'll take it to Kalia. And I said, okay. So he came back and he said, yes. Well, y'all, I was like, okay. And so then there was some other stuff. He was like, I can't do that. I'm not doing, no, I can't do that. And I was like, wait a minute, hold on now, because we're miles away. They're in Mass. Here I am in Texas. I did a Google. Y'all, let me tell you. I called that man. No, I didn't call you. I actually texted you. And I was like, I feel so embarrassed. I was like, I didn't even pay you half. I didn't even pay you 80% of what you both are worth.
We know.
I was like,
I feel you, girl. I feel you.
I was like, and so my producer daughter, assistant, she was like, Mom. She was like, that's a true blessing. But what it tells me is that I did not only see something in you, but you saw something in me. And it hasn't just been, and it's like you said, you did not want this to be a one-stop hitter quitter. You wanted this to be a relationship. And that's what this is becoming. So I thank you for the humility. I thank you all for embracing and seeing something in me. But for everyone out there watching and listening, he has not even begun to tell you half. He hasn't even told you 80% of who he is. And as we celebrate our Black men this month, I want to say thank you, our Black king, for being who you are in the music industry, in the TV industry, because there are rare gems. There are rare gems that are like you. I put you in the category of Quincy Jones. I put you in the category of Berry Gordy, and that's highly respected and highly to be thought of. So for those who are tuning in, if you do not know who Stephen, Stephen, Sticks, Josie, Josey is, please Google him. And I promise you will be glad that you tuned in tonight. And you know what? And he's always available. All you have to do is go on his Facebook page. You're not going to get an administrator. You're not going to get an assistant. You're looking at the administrator. You're looking at the founder. You're looking at the president. You're looking at the secretary. You're looking at the tracksman, the producer, the music, the writer, everything that you need. You are looking at them. So you are getting a one-stop shop, and it is worth every bit of it. I promise you that. So I just want to throw that plug in about you, since you didn't want to talk about this. I'll do it for you.
I appreciate that. I appreciate it.
You are very welcome. So if you ever need somebody to talk about you, I'll be the one. Yes.
Got you, girl. I'm going to holler at you. LonnieB, she know how to call. That's what's up.
But y'all, this is our conversations all the time. But go ahead.
No, I just, for me, it's all about, our people that are out there that are having desires to do anything, whatever they want to do, they can do it. And,
Right.
and I tell everybody and anybody, don't ever get discouraged and think of a timeline, because the timeline is God. Because what we're doing right now, we can't even pay for this. We're sitting here right now together, all three of us, and only God can do that. So at the end of the day, that's what it's really all about. There's no such thing as a celebrity in our world. The only celebrity is Jesus. Now, if you want to tell me you're a celebrity, let me see you walk on that water right there. See, LeBron, I knew you couldn't walk on that water. Now sit down. Now see, Tom Brady, I knew you could not walk in that water. Now sit down. You see what I'm saying? So that's how we are. We can't walk on water. So at the end of the day, we are humble. We are thankful. We are blessed to be here with LonnieB tonight, talking about some tea, right? Talking about tea. Talking about tea.
Yeah, you have a lot of tea to spill, right? So
Yeah.
share a little bit about, what actually, Kalia, for you, because you started in this industry. Well, both of you started in this industry at a young age. Sticks is also a self-taught musician. He taught himself how to play the piano. So they're self-taught, they're self-driven. What actually was the aha moment when you said, this is what I want to do, for both of you?
Well, for me, well, ever since I was little, I was singing in the choir. I did soprano, alto, and tenor. Did it all. So I always was a born singer. Like I always wanted to sing. So like my aha moment, it really wasn't an aha moment like, oh, I want to sing, but my aha moment was, this is what I'm going to do, when I linked up with Sticks when I was around 13, 14, when I got in the studio with him for the first time. And he made a song for me right on the spot. And he was like, okay, let me tell you from the beginning. So,
Yes.
So my mom, Steven used to do hooks on songs that Steven used to do. And one day he called her to do a hook for him, and she was doing hair at the moment, so she sent me. But the last time Steven seen me, I was 12. I was a little younger. My voice was not really controlled. I was just singing just to sing, But when he called, she sent me over, and he was like, "Okay, send her over." So I walked over there, and I got there, and he was like, who's this? Like, I'm taller. I'm like, a little more.
Right.
And so he's like, okay, let's go to the studio. This is the first time I've been in the studio, been in the booth, like, did anything. So he put me in there and he told me to sing one thing. And he was like, who is that? That's not you. Who's in here with you? So he was like, oh, like, let me write the song. He wrote a song on the spot. He wrote that song, Playing in the Rain. That was the first song he ever wrote and I ever sung in a booth. And then from that, the rest was history. He signed me, and then we made an album. Here we are.
Well,
Here we are, almost 6 years later.
Yeah.
So like she said, it was a matter of me wanting. I had a mom when her mom was a little girl, so I had a mom. She would sing hooks for me all the time. Back then, I was just really working with rappers, but I also would make sure that I used Keisha to sing the hooks because she was dope, just like her.
Mm-hmm.
And so we always came up doing that. That was always our thing. Then I ended up getting signed to Sony, and I left. I went away, and, So by this time, I was working on a song, and I sung the hook, but I wanted her on top of it. Leah came over there. She got in that booth, just like she said. I was looking through the glass to make sure that she didn't have the phone up there and her mother was really singing. You know what I mean? Because it was that dope. I said, something ain't right. Hold up. I said, you got time? What you doing right now? She said, nothing. I said, let me make a beat real quick. I made a beat. I wrote to it real quick. I said, get in there and sing that. She went in there and sang. I called her mom. I said, hey, what y'all got going on? She said, no. I said, good, because I'm about to sign it. And it's going to be exclusive. It's going to be forever. All right, see you later. And that's where we've been, And last year when she turned 18 years old, I said, you're no longer just an artist with me. We are partners. You are the president of our company. We are a family company now. And that's where we are now. We just signed our first artist.
Yep.
Yeah.
That is the perfect segue for us to go to a commercial because you all actually are together and we're going to talk about what else brought you together. There were some tragedies that happened, but also the tragedy, there was a blessing that came out of it. So when we come back, we'll actually talk about what actually brought you to this level to where now you're more than family, you're also partners. So everyone who's tuning in, please stay right there. We'll be right back. This is more Optic Tea with LonnieB.
Experience the empowerment of Optic Tea with LonnieB. Join us every second and fourth Thursday as our guests share the success and failures of the journey that brought them to experience their truth.
It's been everything. It's been a little bit of hurt. It's been a little bit of pain. But for the most part, it has been good. And it's definitely according to God's plan.
LonnieB is insightful, thought-provoking, and just plain funny every second and fourth Thursday on Facebook Live, Twitch TV, and YouTube Live. It's Optic Tea with LonnieB.
And we are back. So for everyone who is just now tuning in, you're tuning in to Optic Tea with LonnieB, where I am today getting up close and personal with Kalia, who is a artist as well as an actress who has been casted for the role of Aaliyah in the movie Back and Forth featuring Aaliyah, as well as Stephen Sticks Josie, award-winning producer and songwriter. So welcome back. So when we left, you all were talking about how you all met, how you came apart, how you actually, the aha moment for Kalia was actually, it wasn't an aha, it was your aha moment of seeing the talent of Kalia. And then fast forward to a year ago. Kalia has now become president of you all's company, Spotlight Entertainment, as well as you all are partners. You just signed your first artist. But before all of that happened, both of you had some tragedies in your life that brought you more close together. Could you share a little bit about what were those tragedies and what was it like and how did it bring the two of you together?
I like the way he tells it.
Well, as we know, this is my niece, and when she was born, her mother loved Aaliyah, so she was born August 28th. Aaliyah passed away August 25th. So she said, "I'm gonna name my baby Kalia after Aaliyah." So she always had this thing for Aaliyah. So even when we started doing her thing, back when we started her album, the vision and mission was always to do an Aaliyah movie, because everybody would say, "Hey, she reminds me of Aaliyah so much." And we're like, "Hey, don't worry about it. We're working on a movie." Long story short, December 10th, her and I did an interview. And when we left the interview, the lady was like, "Wow, she reminds me so much of Aaliyah." I said, "All right." She said, "Y'all should do a movie." I said, "We are." I said, "Matter of fact," I thought about it. I talked to her because it's my partner. I said, "I think we should do a movie." So I called one of my good friends, Big Mo, who was actually Aaliyah's bodyguard. I said, "Is it okay if we go ahead and do that now?" I said, "I'll reach out to the estate." And I said, "And I'll let them know that I'm going to tell it a little bit from different people's perspective, including yours, because you were supposed to be on that plane. He was supposed to take her, but he had Scott take her instead because he was waiting for her at the airport to come back so he could bring her to the Hit Factory."
Mm.
So her and I went and talked to her mom, told her mom the good news, and she was excited. We finally getting ready to do it. So that was now it's December 12th. December 13th. I mean, not only just being my sister, but she was my best friend. Matter of fact, my wife calls her my second wife. Real talk. That's my second wife. So it's like if my wife needed me to do something and she couldn't get, she calling Keisha. I'm about to call Keisha on you. It's that type of thing. So we're talking that Monday. I'm on my way to work. She's on her way to work, and she sounded pretty tough. I said, "Why you sound a little bit like Barry White there?" She said, "No." I said, "Wow." I said, "Girl, what you?" She's about to go get a checkup because she was a school teacher. Mm-hmm. So she said, "I'm going to get tested right now." So I didn't hear from her that Tuesday. Wednesday, she texted me. She said, "I got it," which was COVID. Mm. So that Thursday, we had a meeting. We had a meeting set up. with all the people that were part of the movie, the big conference call. So we're talking that Thursday. Cleo was like, my mom is on the call, everyone. Like 15 of us, right?
Yeah.
But she can't talk. She's downstairs in the basement quarantining, but she can hear us. So we were happy. I talked to her that night. She said some things to me. Long story short, that Saturday morning, I get a phone call. And when my phone rang, I knew it didn't feel right. You know, God called her home that Saturday morning. 3 days after testing positive, I went up there, you know, to the house with Claire and her sisters and stuff and her stepdad. And, it was tragic. It was tragic. 41 years old, the same age that Aaliyah would have been, was the same age that her mom was.
Wow.
This was meant to be, you know, everything that we're doing was meant to be, you know, even me, all these years, a week before, her and I came to a decision, we're going to do it. A week, so her mom knows, I got goosebumps right now, knows what we're doing.
Right.
It's the dream of what we were doing the whole time. This was the lead up to her to be able to do the Aaliyah movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And so 3 days from one girl, what you're doing in the car, you sound like Barry White, to 3 days later, you know, meeting, everything's signed, sealed, and delivered for something that she had been manifesting all her life, because that was 17 years, if I'm correct, that she had been waiting for this to manifest and then to see it. But you know what? Now she gets to see it, and she gets to hear our Heavenly Father say, they don't even know the outcome, but we do. So now she's sitting up there saying, wait until they see the outcome, you know? So
Amen. Amen to that. Amen. Oh, man.
you know, it was a blessing. You know, and that's the thing, is that everything that happens in our life, you know, I always tell people there's a blessing and there's a lesson to be learned from it. So, you know, I'm excited about the movie. I cannot wait for it to come. I hope I get the first exclusive interview when you do, or the red carpet. I will be there wherever it is. Just let me know. As long as I can fly there, I will be there. But then something else happened.
So then a month later, my stepson, my son, he wanted to go to Miami. His girlfriend went out there for a little trip. So he said, I want to go. And I said, I don't know if you should, but long story short, he came by. My wife took him to the airport. He left his car here. Now, he never brings his car here because, you know, he's on his own and all that stuff. And he's a rapper. Goes around the country rapping. Never brings his car to our home. But his car is sitting in front of our house that particular day. I put it in the garage. I parked it in the garage. And was it 2 days? Yeah, 2 days later, 3 o'clock in the morning, my wife and I, the phone rings. And there's some strange person telling us to try to call Miami Trauma. They have found his phone. And so we were calling the trauma. They didn't give us any information. Then the next day, we're driving to her sister's house because we're about to go tell her mom that we think it's something, you know, really bad. Because when we did finally get in touch with the trauma, they were like, we'll call you back. All night long, they kept saying, we'll call you back, but they never did. So we were on our way to her sister's. So the detective called, and he said, what are you doing right now? I said, I'm driving. He said, let me know when you get grounded. So as soon as we got to our sister's house, we called him, and he said, I just want to let you know, your son was involved in a car accident in 2 cars, and he was the only one that didn't survive. 26 years old, and yeah, it was tough. It was tough. It's been tough, you know, because he was following in our footsteps. In fact, them two on the Pinch movie, them two got a song together in that movie. You know, they he's on her second album too. The
I think it's some time.
What time is it? Yeah, something like that. Something time. They're on a song together. So them two got a song together. He did a few songs with Kalia, you know, and he would, you know, he was 26. He would really, like, when he see her, give her advice and things like that or whatever. He was really proud of her. A lot of the shows when she first started out, he would come in and get on stage and feature with her. And he's a big rapper out here. So that was good. And his records still play everywhere, all over the world.
Yes.
So and so they the Miami News found me from being a celebrity, and they ended up doing an interview. So I got his mom to do an interview. We got a chance to talk about it, and it gave it an opportunity for for his legacy to become more so of a legacy.
Absolutely.
In his own lane, and I know he's watching over us as well too. And but with all of that, nothing in this world is not of God. So we know that everything is God's plan. And so we're just thankful for the time that we had with both of them.
Mm-hmm. And I'm so glad that you said everything is God's plan, because when, things happen that are not prosperity driven or positive or blessings, we always want to question.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like sometimes we, I cannot say you can't question, but you also have to remember, we have to remember that everything happens in his plan, in his timing. There's the saying, nothing happens by, he was at the wrong place at the wrong time. No. I have a friend who actually told me, he was like, no. He's like, that person was right where they were supposed to be because of God's timing.
Yes.
And so we don't never think about that. But I'm sitting here and I'm looking at both of you and I'm like, but here's the legacy that still continues. So they've done their legacy. Kalia's mom did hair. She made a name for herself. She used to do background vocals. She was a vocalist. And here it is that, what? Your son was in the music industry. His music is still being played. It's still being, and guess what? And now the legacy continues.
Right.
It doesn't stop. So, so now that has happened, and everyone who's listening, that wasn't a year time span that those two happened. I think they happened within 30 days.
30 days apart. And they happened just 6 months ago.
Yeah. Exactly. And so to be sitting here with me today and seeing the drive and everyone, it's not just me sitting here with them today. I've been watching them ever since I've been introduced to them, and I follow them and I look, and when I see the drive and the determination, I now know why. And so that makes me have a greater desire to support you, to follow you. I mean, I will, but I already was. But now it's just even more, because you know what? So many tragedies happen and it's the end and everything falls off. We've seen it happen in actresses and artists and athletes, who've made it to the professional arena, and there's no one to carry the legacy.
Right.
But you all are an exception. And so I am excited. I'm ecstatic. But now that we've talked about all that, let's talk about what's in the till now. Kalia, you graduate in a couple of weeks, right? So what's after graduation?
Graduation, this movie, work still, I gotta work. This movie,
yeah.
Yep, and album,
new artist,
and this new artist. You guys know I'm producing now. So
and also, we trying to get her to be the face of some products. Let's show me your eyes, girl. Let me see your eyes. I know, but show me your eyes. Let's see your eyes. There you go. That's who she is.
Look, we have to see you in the raw state. We have to see you in the made up state, y'all. She doesn't want to show you because she actually got off work, drove 30 minutes away to come to be up close and personal and to spill the tea. So I get it, trust me. But if you want to see some pictures of her, go out and check out her videos. Go check out her commercials. Go to Styx's Facebook page. Trust me, they keep a documentary of everything they're doing, and that's what we should be doing. Absolutely. So, movie, producing, president, school, work still. But now that you're out of school and you're moving on to, now you can control how many hours a day you take in school, So after the movie, are you going to focus more on looking out for new artists, or what's next for Kalia?
Well, after the movie, it's more traveling. We're trying to do more traveling. COVID is, still in the midst of trying to end and all that. So we're trying to just do more traveling, get back into how the group was before COVID.
Yeah, we were doing shows all the time,
doing shows everywhere and stuff.
She's
like
dope.
That.
She can perform for real. She can go. We gotta get her back into that. I miss that part of it.
Absolutely.
She's getting a little older now, so I told her, I said, you ain't gotta dance so much now.
But that's
You know?
definitely my favorite part
Yeah.
of being an artist, is being able to perform and just connect with your audience and just be like, oh yeah, like I'm here. Like, you know, it's a great feeling to just be there with your audience and them loving what you do just as much as
Right. So what is your style of music? For those who've never heard you, what's your style of music?
Well, I do R&B, but everything that I sing is very versatile. I like to switch it up. I don't want any of my songs really to sound the same. I want you to just enjoy the song. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very versatile. No particular style. Just versatile, like R&B, pop, a little bit of, if we have to do some gospel or whatever, it doesn't matter. We do whatever.
Yeah.
She can rap. She can rap. Yeah. She dropped on a few songs, but that's not her forte.
Right.
we just signed a rapper, a female rapper. So,
What's her name? What's the female rapper's name?
Tucci Villafani. TuccVillafana. Tucci Villafani.
You're gonna have to send that to me after the show so I can do it. Like, what? That's awesome. Congratulations on that. So are there any concerts lined up? What's next for Sticks and Kalia?
Well, she's got a lot of shows. I was telling her when she walked in the door, they're already starting to get her schedule filled up or whatever. I still have to sit down with her before I do any, say yeah, New York. They want us to go to Houston. They want us to go to an island, some island out there in Texas somewhere, Galveston or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, a lot of different things going on. She's back and forth to Atlanta doing this movie. And so there's going to be a lot of shows, but we got a few movies. Like I said, we're doing Judge Not movie right now. We're filming that right now. We just did a Leah movie. And then, I got this other movie that we're writing called Fallen City. Whew, that's going to be dope. So we're working on that. So we got a few different movie things going on. In the interim, we're working on her new album. So we're getting ready to release a single for a song that she did, that she wrote, called Right There. So we're going to probably put that out in 2 weeks, about 2 or 3 weeks. That'll be her first release off her new album entitled Kalia. And so we're going to release that right there. Then we're going to also release a single that she just wrote with the new artist. So that's going to be nice right there too. So we're gonna release that. So we'll have those two out there, going together, and that's pretty much it.
Right. That's it for Kalia. So for those who are tuning in, you're tuning in to Optic Tea with LonnieB, and I'm getting up close and personal with Kalia and Sticks. And Sticks is making this more about Kalia, which is good. And you would think that he is her manager. But everyone, let me tell you, he works just as hard as she does. He works, if not harder, because she's the vocals, and wherever she's going, he's going. But also, he actually does beats. He produces music. He does soundtracks.
Yeah.
He produces movies. He writes movies. He directs movies. And so when he's talking about all this that Kalia is doing, he's doing that's the same. Y'all, I can text him at any time, and I promise you, he's awake. And I'm like, who is awake as much as I am? And I found him. So when we were getting ready for tonight, and I was talking to him, he was like, hey, I'm on set in Atlanta. I'm filming, but we'll fly back. But I have to go to work, and I'll be ready. So just know that the work ethic is impeccable, and it's important because, my daughter says this, the producer and my assistant, all in one. She's like Kalia.
Right.
She's all in one, but she always tells me, Mom, you're going to have to grind. You're going to have to grind. The days that I don't want to get up, the days that I don't feel like doing it, she's like, you got to grind. You got to grind. And that is something that has been missing because for some reason, we have made it seem so simple and people think they can do it until they realize that commitment, that drive, that grind, it was so funny. So I'm going to tell on myself it was 2 minutes. No, what was it? Maybe 10 minutes before I was supposed to be sitting in this chair. I still didn't know what I was going to wear.
Oh my goodness.
And she was like, what are you doing? But, but those are the things that you have to be ready for. You have to be impulsive about. You have to be, it is, but it's a good feeling when you see the end result. I was watching some of Kalia's videos of her performing. And I was just like, okay, look, I'm ready for her to actually go in concert somewhere so I can go and I'll be in the audience so I can just, get that full, the music, the bass, the treble, the instruments, the vocals, the dancing, because there's nothing like an in-person performance. Virtual has done good to hold us over during the pandemic, but it's still nothing like when you actually, that beat hits your soul, that beat hits your inner man. So I commend both of you. Once again, I cannot say that enough because we don't get to get up close and personal and know what all it takes behind the scenes. So we're going to go to commercial break. When we come back, we're going to talk about Sticks, what's next for you. And then if people want to reach out to you and Kalia, how do they? So when we come back, be ready to share that information. For those who are tuning in to Optic Tea with LonnieB, go ahead and fill your cup back up. Come right on back so we can get some more tea from Kalia and Sticks. We'll be right back.
I'm just writing in my journal.
And we are back. Yes, that was Kalia. So Kalia, that video, was that part of the Aaliyah?
Yeah.
Or was it? Okay, awesome. I could tell, but I just wanted to make sure. So when we left, I wanted you to say what's next for you, Sticks.
Well, right now I'm directing the Sandra Velasquez film called Judge Not. Back and forth, going back and forth to Atlanta doing that. Probably done with that within like the next 30 to 40 days. Working on her album right now. Working on the new artist with her. Co-producing it with her. Just continuing to write. I'm writing on the new movie called Falling City. I'm writing that right now. And they already started doing some of the prep work for it. They put like a little teaser the other day. That was awesome. I was like, whoa, I was excited about that. So, because that just came to my spirit. Because I write movies just like I write music, right on the spot. I let God give it to me. Like I wrote, and also Stay Fly. We did a movie called Stay Fly. Her and I produced a movie called Stay Fly. We're just finishing that in terms of the editing. Once that's done, it'll go out. The soundtrack's out already. Mm-hmm. We did great. We produced that together. Let's see. What else? Stay Fly. The Untold Back and Forth Story, which is the Kalia movie. Working on that soundtrack as well. Mm-hmm. We did a video for that already. And that right there has been a lot of fun because just dealing with a lot of the people that dealt with Aaliyah for real. I mean, they're excited, and a lot of them say that she reminds them of her, of Aaliyah. And then one lady, this lady that Cinda Williams is playing her. She's playing her character, Chrissy Murray. She said, I remind her of Michael, which was Aaliyah's dad. And I'm playing Aaliyah's dad. So Kalia is playing two roles. Kalia is playing herself as Kalia, and her father as Kalia is John Canada, the gentleman that played as Flash, from the 5 Heartbeats. So he's playing her dad in the Aaliyah movie, and I play her dad as Aaliyah in the movie. And the young lady was like, I remind her a lot of Michael. And I thought that was pretty good. It was a nice little compliment.
Absolutely.
He must be because she said he was a real driven man. I'm a very driven man. You know, people just don't know. Like you said, I mean, I went to in Atlanta in 3 days. I got 6 hours worth of sleep in 3 days, filming around the clock. You know, and I'm the director. You know, I'm an actor in it. That movie has Mimi from the OWN show put a ring on it, so she plays. I end up marrying her in the movie because I act as well, and that's a hard thing too. Like directing and acting at the same time is not easy.
Wow.
And the main thing is, as a director, I try to give direction to other actors, and I put myself in their place. You know, I don't say just do it. I'm gonna feed this to you, and let me see how you would do it. And then I try to work around what they have. Let me work around their ability. I don't go into it and expect, no, you're gonna do it this way and that's it. That's not
right.
That's not. And anytime I cast an actor or actress, I pretty much have a feel for them anyways. So
right.
where that I give them a character where it won't be too hard for them to really step out and make it happen.
So for that person who wants to get into the industry and they want to come under Sticks and Kalia, how do they?
You better call Jesus.
Okay.
No. No. You want to come up on Sticks and Kalia. This is what I would say. We don't really look for artists. Like the young lady we just signed, she happened to come to quite a few events we were doing. And she was like Kalia's #1 fan. Like, she would go crazy, like with her albums and everything like that. So I'm like, so one day she hit me up. She said, you know, I can rap. I said, stop playing. I heard her rap. I said, I looked at the phone. I said, is this little Kim? I said, girl, I said, wait. You got a record deal? She said, no. I said, I'll call you back. I called Kalia. I said, girl, we don't got us. We don't find one now.
Oh my God.
I'll let you be the judge of that. And so then I said, you ready to produce? What you say?
I was like, yeah.
She said, yeah. So I said, all right, then here's your artist. Here's your first artist. And then we got with her. I let them build their bond, and Kalia picks her up. You know, Kalia does, you know, I have Kalia doing everything as the stuff I used to do.
Right.
So I have Kalia go pick her up, go bring her home and all that stuff. Kalia worked directly with her, and that's what it's all about. I mean, I'm giving all of me to her.
Absolutely.
So we can deliver that to other people. So to answer your question, we're easy to be reached. I mean, Stephen Sticks Josie. I keep everything my name. STEPHEN STIX Josie JOSCY. It's at Yahoo if you want to email me. It's at Facebook. It's at Instagram. It's at Twitter. You know, I even got a Snapchat that I don't know how to use. That she had to teach me one day. But I'm like, hey, if I got it, you know, you can find it, but you won't find me. But
right.
I keep it real simple. A lot of people will hit me up in Instagram and they'll say, hey, Mr. Sticks, you're looking for music, you're looking for that or whatever. And I say to myself, don't you know I'm a music producer? But I'll say that I just like, yeah, just send me what you got, and I'll listen to everybody.
Absolutely. Well, that's good, because there's some people who say that. I know it just goes in a drawer somewhere. Oh, yeah. They see them, it's like, oh my God, I could have had first dibs, you know. We missed the opportunity because, you know, like you said, nothing happens by mistake. You know, it may not be for now, but it could be for later. So, so good. So everyone, you can reach him at Stephen Sticks Josie. And then if you forget that, you can always come back to Optic Tea with LonnieB and watch the show and play it all the way through and listen, and you can find out how to reach him. But they are looking for they're not looking for artists. They're open to new artists if you have what they're looking for. And here's the thing. It's not only just about music artists. He also works with actors and actresses. He also does producing. He does writing. He actually does he actually produces entire films. So if you're in that industry and there's something and you know that you set yourself apart and you have something to offer them, reach out to him. You never know what can happen, because if you're listening to this show tonight, you're not listening just to be listening. I promise you, everything happens for a reason. So Concerts. What's the next concert? Where can we find you? Where can we get tickets? Or is that coming soon? Tell us.
Well, Kalia is actually going to be coming out to Texas, so they have a few things, and I'll let you know about that because I know you're out in Texas, so you'll be on our VIP. You'll be with us, so you won't even be. You'll be with us. You and your sisters, you guys will be with us. So we'll let you know that's in the works right now. So that's Kiki Lauderdale. She's out there, and they're working on that right now because they're really trying to get her on a tour. But we're getting ready to release her new single, like I said, and then we'll set tour dates up for that. She's going to be doing shows in New York in August. We just got that today, and she's going to be doing shows in Massachusetts in August as well. So August is pretty much when everything's really going to start kicking in for concerts. But in the interim, though, we're traveling back and forth acting, anyways. You know, a lot of time, like kind of hard to really combine the two. You know, because when you're doing movies, it's a whole nother mindset. It's a whole nother focus, and then in between that, we try to slide in a few tour dates for her.
Okay. Well, definitely, everyone, you can always go to Stephen Sticks Josie on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat. You get information, but you won't get him. But there are places you can go, and there'll be more that'll be coming out. Definitely, trust me. They didn't connect with LonnieB of LonnieB Creative Designs for nothing. I promise you that. Definitely, it has been an honor. It has been a pleasure. What are the final words that you would like to say to the audience? Whatever it is you want to say, what is it?
Stay focused. Stay focused. Keep going. Never give up on your dreams. Like I said, everything is on God's time. Don't set a limit for yourself. Just keep pushing. Keep pushing yourself.
I want to say that no matter what, just know that it's only 1% talent, 99% business, 100% faith, and our faith is what? God. Our faith is God. And that's my biggest thing that I always try to give out to people. Like, let's put God first, no matter what you do. Don't do it for man. Don't do it trying to prove anything because there's nothing to prove, and it's only a small window that we have to do any and everything. So any and everything we do, make it count. Like this was important for us to be on the LonnieB show. We talked about it. Us having an opportunity to work on a theme song for you. We enjoyed that.
We did.
And we want to let y'all know we ain't never did that price for nobody.
Hey. Trust me, y'all. I promise y'all, when I tell you that was a God thing, that was a God thing. So now that you put it out there, so y'all, who knows me, Miss, hey, when am I going to get a contract? He was like, you not? He was like, you're not. He was like, I could never. And let me tell you, because my daughter is in that industry, it was when I shared it with her, because she's actually the Kalia in my world. She succeeded me. She loves the talent side of it. She doesn't like the business side of it. So that's where, but when I told her, she was like, I can't tell you what she said, but she was like, I said, oh, okay. So then I did get a good deal. But
I had to tell her. I said, you love me. You love Uncle. I said, you need anything? You need some sneakers or something? Let me know. I got. I'm a cat. Okay, you good?
Hey, look, I will forever be indebted to you. I promise. But but y'all, when I got it, because we got 1 minute. Y'all, I gotta share this. But when I got it, I was like, when I first found out, I was like, oh, they just give me some busted music because we don't know what they're worth. But y'all, when I got it, it was just like, it was it. And then to see my daughter take it and to watch her do her end of it. And so you only got to see a snippet of it tonight, but when you see the rest of it, the videos that she's putting together with it, it's just like, it's all coming together. And I told her, I said, you never know, because her heart and her soul is music, is media. I mean, I told her she should have been sitting here tonight. But I mean, it'll happen in her timing. But when I tell you last night when we were finalizing the video, or night before last, I can't remember. Anyway, it was just so awesome. But y'all, I play that song every day because it's mine.
Yeah.
It's mine. It's me. It's a voice to it, and it's someone. And you know, to me, I share with my kids. I hope that you are seeing the legacy that I'm leaving and I'm setting forth for you.
Yeah.
So I commend you all. I appreciate you all coming on, taking time tonight.
Yeah.
I'm truly honored. When the Aaliyah movie comes out, trust me, we will be front row and center. Look, if we got to do a red carpet here in Texas, we're with it. We are with it. Whatever we need, just know that we are here to support you. Kalia, I do have one question. If there is anyone who wants to reach out to you to come and actually speak about your journey, the trajectory of your life, from a young girl to 14 to who you are today, and what's that like to encourage and empower other young women, how do they reach you?
Well, you guys can reach me on Instagram at Kalia Official, KALIYAH0 FFICIAL. And I'm also on Facebook at Kalia Gaulin, KALIYAHGAULIN.
Awesome. So everyone, you've heard it. If you want to get Kalia to either perform for you or to talk to young women, she is up close and personal and ready for you. Now she'll have to fit you in her schedule, but I'm pretty sure that she will, because she has a story to tell that empowers, encourages, and teaches young women that you can do whatever you desire to do. And here's the thing, y'all, she's not our age. She's not closer to the grave than the womb. She's actually right now, and she can reach them right where they are. So do not miss this opportunity of a dynamic, awesome young woman who can pour into your young women that could make a difference in their life. So Stephen,
Yes.
Steve, Josie, and Kalia, I thank you all so much for taking time from your schedule. Once again, whatever you need from me, you know that I'm always available. Whatever you need from my daughter, she's already available. I'll loan her to you for a little bit. She can fly out there and do something. I'll loan her a little bit. But to everyone in the listening audience, I hope that you have gleaned something. And if there's something that was said tonight that you can sow into another young person or another individual who's in the entertainment industry, please don't hesitate to forward this to them or even give them their information, because you never know. This one voice that you've heard tonight, mine, Sticks, or Kalia's, could be the voice that changes a person's life today, tomorrow, and forevermore. So you all know, until we meet again, be safe, have fun, God bless, and remember, smile. You owe it to yourself. And guess what? Nobody does it better than you. Have a good night, everyone.
Sing us out, girl. Sing us out.
Sing us out.
Hit them with something. Hit them.
Get ready, ready for the LonnieB show, show. Get ready, ready for the LonnieB show. Get ready.
Thank you all so much.
I love it.